Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This is Jules, and I'm so happy to have you here. So, for this video, I'm going to share with you some of my Pokemon trainer Sonas. Specifically, it's going to be my main Poke trainer Sona, who was going to be my Sona until I made the current Sona that I have now. Her name is Ruby, and then I'm also going to draw my fiance's trainer named Isaac. And I'll share with you a little bit about kind of like a custom region that I thought of that if I was going to do like a little fanfic with them or something, I would tell you about this region that I would make. So without further ado, let me get to the doodles. So as I'm starting this first doodle, I'm gonna go ahead and say I have recorded and re-recorded this like 500 times, like voiceover. This is my least favorite part of video recording, period, because I'm still not used to just talking to myself. Like I really wish I had someone's face so I could just talk to you, but I'm having to pretend you're here. And then also you got to remember like, oh, I can't say anything inappropriate. I normally wouldn't say anything inappropriate at all, but then just knowing that I'm being recorded, I'm going to say something stupid. I hate it. Anyway, so first trainer I'm drawing is Ruby Hawthorne. She is from the Johto region and is studying to become a Poke professor specializing in Poke conservation, specifically in like recently extinct Pokemon. So, like your Hisuian versions that you're not really seeing in like quote unquote modern day Pokemon. But she's finding ways to bring them back and blend them into the current ecosystem. So, kind of like how scientists in our world are able to bring back dire wolves and are looking into bringing back woolly mammoths. I think they're scheduling it for like 2027 for the woolly mammoth. I can't remember exactly. And I think they're also working on the dodos. But anyway, that would be real life counterpart for Ruby. And here I've started drawing her partner, Teddy, the Teddy Ursa. And he will eventually evolve into an Ursaluna. He is the snuggliest teddy bear ever. He's not much of a fighter, neither is Ruby, but they're both enthusiastic. Like they both want to do well, but when it comes to fighting, they definitely have better qualities about themselves. She's definitely meant to be a professor, not a Pokemon master. Here I'm working on their inventories with the Pokeballs. She keeps her bag full of candies and soda pops. You'd think the candies would be for Teddy Ursa, but no, they're for her. Like Teddy Ursa, he's doing well. He likes his water, but she's over here chugging soda like it's nothing. So, with the custom region that I mentioned, in this story that I have for my fiance and I, our characters, Ruby and Isaac, they are currently in their like senior internships for their universities, and they're going to be studying abroad. And so I was thinking it'd be really cool to have like a region based off of like Scotland and Ireland. And yes, we have the Galar region, but as much as I do like the Galar games, they don't really quite have like that exploration that I really, really want in a Pokemon game. Mostly beautiful, but a creative like me, you just get all these ideas and you want to do something else with it. S- So my custom region was going to be called the Celtic, Celtic, kind of like a play on the word Celtic, and sometimes I've heard it pronounced as Celtic before. So with that region, I was gonna have all of the different towns and landmarks being named after like different fae and folklore in Scotland and Scottish and Irish. I have forgot how words work and I'm tired of re-recording, so I'm not going to. I'm just gonna let the blurb stay there. Anyway, all of the landmarks and everything are gonna be based on Scottish and Irish folklore and fae. So your starting town would be called like Brownie Clearing, and your main city was like Cernunnos City. I don't have the map out in front of me. I've been working on a little map, and Cernunnos is like the green man. And he also has like antlers and stuff. Anyway, Scottish and Irish folklore are like super fascinating to me, and having all of these historic and just fascinating folklore and then incorporating that into a Pokemon setting just sounds so much fun to me. And with my fiance and I's characters, Ruby and Isaac, being interested in these historical settings and Pokemon, it just sounded like a perfect thing for them to be studying together. So anyway, Ruby is, even though she's the studious type, she's much more outgoing. She is the bubbly personality. She's obsessed with strawberries and Applin. She will eventually have an Appleton named Honeycrisp. I haven't really figured out Honeycrisp's personality yet, other than he's also just going to be a good, sweet, snuggly boy. She'll have a full team, but I wanna talk more about that later instead of this video. This video, I really wanna talk more about, just the idea of the region, and also whenever I get to my fiance's character, Isaac, I just wanna gush about my fiance. So, yeah, here's the end of Ruby's speed paint. As you can see, she's got her Rotom phone with the Applin on it. She's got an Applin on her sweater. Teddy's latched onto her leg because he just loves her so much. So, yep, that is Ruby and Teddy. All right, so next up is my fiance's character, Isaac Pine. He is also studying to be a professor, but he is more on the technological side of being a professor. So Ruby, she's out in the field, she's exploring ruins, she's, hands-on with the Pokemon. Whereas Isaac, he is more on the data and numbers side. So he's like the equivalent of Bill from Generation 1. So any of your PC transferring your Pokemon through your Rotom phone. In my head canon, like the whole quality of life stuff that you get in games where you're able to actually change out the Pokemon in your team without having to go to a Pokemon Center, in my head, it's because of him. Or at least he contributes to that. In the story and also in real life, he hates cold weather. So he was born in Unova in one of the Snow Peak towns, hated it, decided to go to college in Alola where it's nice and warm, and he's mad that he had to study abroad for his final internship and ended up being in a cold, rainy region. So his jacket, he made sure that it was lined with Mincino fur so it would be nice and warm. Um, his buddy and partner Lillard the Scrafty though, Scrafty's more, even though he's cold-natured and like has to be under like a heat lamp and stuff, he's more enthusiastic on the trip than Isaac is. So, of course, he and Lillard are paired up with Jules and Teddy. And I just love the whole idea of like opposites attract, like Jules being very outgoing and Isaac being much quieter, which is funny because in real life, my fiance Jacob and I are the opposites of that. I am very much the introvert, and Jake is the more outgoing, friendly one. He's much louder than I am, and I love that about him. And just I don't know how to go on about my fiance without losing words because of how much I love this person. So, but anyway, Isaac. We're gonna go on about Isaac, not Jacob, the real human. So Isaac is kind of I'm gonna have him kind of grumpy and just kind of mad that he has to finish off his semester like this. And then I'm gonna have Ruby and help him get out of his shell, and Lillard will also be helping him with that. So I'm really excited to actually write some stuff down and see how I go with that. Anyway, Isaac here is finished up. I've got him smiling. I assure you in the story he's not smiling until much later. All right. So, next bit. Guys, I am so glad this is the final drawing. Not because I'm tired of drawing, but because I'm tired of doing the voiceover. As I've said, I have recorded and re-recorded so many times and am sad to say that this is stuff done. I am exhausted. My voice hurts. Anyway, so this was my favorite piece of the three that I've done for this video. It's of Ruby and Isaac just just being a couple, which story-wise, this would not happen till near the end, or at least past halfway through. When it comes to writing and stuff, I like slow burn. But because they're based off my fiance and I, of course, I have to draw them being all lovey-dovey, especially with us getting married in March. So, we're planning on getting married on March 13th, which is on a Friday this year, uh, to my parents' disapproval. Not of him, just the date we picked. But it's fine. We think it's hilarious. So, we're doing it. Anyway, I got so giddy drawing this just because of how excited I am to just spend the rest of my life with my person. Jacob is the name of my fiance, and he's just the most wonderful, thoughtful. To me, he's hilarious, but I also know, like, he's just so sarcastic and witty, and just I love waking up next to him every day and just doing my best every day, being the best version of myself so I can make him proud. I think that's what makes a good partner is someone who is there for you, but also someone that makes you want to be the best version of yourself because they deserve it. You deserve it, they deserve it. Just all around you make each other better. And he does that for me. Like I'd like to think that I've generally been a good person, but he's definitely made me the best version of myself. But that's enough of that. So, how to finish this off because I am so tired of talking. I am my introverted side is totally coming out. But yeah, so getting married in March, super excited about that. Drawing Isaac and Ruby being cute and lovey-dovey because Jake makes me feel that way. All cute and lovey-dovey, and I wanted to rub that in y'all's faces because everyone deserves to have this in their life. I am so lucky to have this person in my life, and my main wish in the world is that everyone has this at least once in their life. I'm going to be marrying my best friend, and I couldn't consider myself luckier, like, ever. So, yeah, anyway, so I am still doing art requests. If you want me to draw your character, just reach out to me on any of my socials. I am at Versailles Jules on literally practically everything. Or you can message me here on YouTube, like, comment, and I'll try to reach out to you. Like I said, I'm doing requests. I love drawing characters. That's what I do. I'm still working on these outro things, so have a wonderful night and goodbye.